Hello, I wanted to lay this down before I lose all the lyrics. It's the last one. I'll just leave it there. I thought somebody might have been able to do something with it, but just leave it there anyway. A US Army kid hits his moral wall. He's got security clearance so he can see it all. He sees the truth of the needless war. It's just a turkey shoot for a collateral score. He sees Star Wars kids with their militarized brains, gung-ho for action, but only playing video games, begging to fire, and then that deadly rattle, and a voice calls out, "Don't take your kids to battle." So the kid learns about this war on his computer screen. Random killing, torture. The truth is obscene. And it takes a very big heart to overcome great fear. But this kid said enough. He said the shit stops here. And far away, a razor mind with a lightning wit has the digital world at his fingertips. A hunger for knowledge and the courage to explore. He made a drop box and he hung it on his door. And the kid's world closed in, and who could he trust? The New York Times said no, so he knew he was bust. And later it must have been some kind of relief to know that Julian follows through when you whistle blow. And then Julian himself began to learn for sure that the press were not the press that he had thought before. He'd asked for partners to do it bigger and quicker, but they just stitched him right up and done him up like a kipper. They pushed for release because they're eager for their fame, but they had Julian pegged for their story. That was their little game. And they asked him to scoop, but a slow upload. It meant that they released first. And it proves that they already knowed. And the kid's caught. His hell has begun. But the Pentagon says these leaks didn't hurt any man. And Julian begins now to really appreciate the vengeance and spite of the guilty state. The world closing in and hardly anywhere to run. And then he gets caught with his pants down, having some fun. While the bodies did what the bodies are doing when the bodies are needing. The fix went in with a prosecutor from Sweden. Oh, when Ecuador threw wide its lovely door, there was nowhere left to run anymore. Love they deserve and great appreciation, but the CIA, they can flip many a small nation. And his Fleet Street partners showed just how we do it over here. And they set about destroying his life with relentless smear. And the spies set up camp outside his door, and they started the siege of the 9-year war. And now his last freedoms are gone, and he's locked up tight. And the judges gloat with barely concealed delight. And nowhere in the land, a courageous mainstream reporter to tell the truth, to say the UN said this is slaughter, this is torture. And now the Americans instruct the British law. As big a charade as any third world court saw. There's no case, but they contrive and scheme with all their might to finish their job of vengeance and spite.